In Mark 4:35, we have an amazing story in which the disciples find themselves in a boat, in a storm, with Jesus, but he's sleeping. And they wake him up. Don't you care that we're perishing? Have you ever prayed a prayer like that? Don't you care, Lord? Do you not see the storm that's tossing me around? Wake up, do something. Well, Jesus wakes up and calms the storm, and they marvel. Who is this that the wind and the waves obey him? It's an epic story, but here's what I want to point out. If you and I today were in a storm and we turned our attention to Jesus and made our petitions known, and he showed up and miraculously fixed the problem, I don't know about you, but I would chalk that up to a win. Like I would go home and call that a good day, call that answered prayer. But Jesus turns to the disciples and basically says, what happened? How is it that you were so afraid? Where was your faith? And it's right there that we realize that yes, prayer is about seeing our external environment changed for the glory of God, but it's also very much about seeing our internal environment changed for the glory of God. There is something that happens when we set our attention, our affection on Jesus and choose to be more enamored with him than with the storm. It consecrates a moment in which he is genuinely preeminent, genuinely first. And amazingly, we get transformed. We actually get further aligned with who he is and what he's doing. It's this that Jesus was longing to see in his disciples. It's this that he's longing to see in us. It's this kind of prayer that we can do without ceasing. When our heart posture is to engage with him and acknowledge him in all things. I believe it was Andrew Murray who said, it's not that I pray and the world changes. It's that I pray and I'm changed and I change the world. It's not lost on me that the only one in the boat who had peace here was the only one who could bring peace here. People of God, there's such a storm around us at this time. And some of us are perhaps saying, don't you care, Lord? Wake up. When are you going to rebuke this storm? And I believe he's saying, I am trying to rebuke the storm in here. I need the body of Christ to be transformed by prayer. Why do I pray? Because when I fix my attention and my affection on Jesus, a moment gets consecrated in which he is preeminent. And I begin to string moments like that together closer and closer until I'm praying without ceasing. And what happens is I become aligned with who he is and what he's doing. Let's turn to the Lord and allow him to cultivate the internal garden. Let's let him set up shop and renovate our internal environment until revival is here first. Because if we can welcome it here, then we'll see it here.